What's up, y'all? Um, Hope you guys are having a great day. I just wanted to offer my thoughts on the debate last night and what I think. Um, I don't know how you guys are feeling, but in terms of what I saw, I think objectively, even if you don't like Trump and you're a supporter of Biden, it's like you got to realize that he lost. There's so many points on there that you can't even just ignore. But Trump did a great job in terms of transitioning his way or approach from the last debate to this one. I think a lot of people appreciated, especially for those who are on the fence, because this, obviously this is for them specifically and why they're listing and why it's so important for them is for everyone else who's kind of decided on what they're thinking. It's obvious, right? But for those that are on the fence, I think this turned a lot of their hearts and basically determined in their mind for I think for in my opinion that Trump is the best option in terms of who they want to see in office for the next 4 years. Um, Obviously, it's not always going to be like that, but the majority of people, I feel, in my opinion, that saw that debate last night are going to come to the conclusion that Trump is the best option as of right now, and what he's been able to do and how he carried himself. And I think most people don't take into account the change in terms of his tone, or maybe they do, who knows? But that's huge because if you can compare and contrast the two between the first debate and the one that he had last night, I mean, it's like two different worlds. And um, I don't know if it's attributed to maybe the new rules or how basically those around him kind of told him like, hey, you need to turn it down and change your approach this time. But whatever it is and whatever they told him and whatever he did last night was amazing. I mean, he was on point and he was very um, presidential, if I do say so myself. I mean, this is something that many people were looking for and were dying to see out of President Trump in terms of how he carries himself and not like a high school or a teenager. Um, and so this was very refreshing for many people who were undecided. And I think one of the biggest things, at least in my opinion, in terms of what he said that stood out to me was the fact that he talked about how, and very, very warranted, was the fact that for Biden and Obama, being that for Biden specifically, being in the office or in a position in government for over 47 years and really focusing on the fact that when he and Obama had power right in that position, they did nothing with it, which is huge, because you look at his record and what he hasn't been able to do in terms of his legacy with Obama. I mean, that's a big L. I mean, I think that stood out for so many people that, for them to realize that now he's going to suddenly change his mind and assume that, oh, it's going to be different now, even though he's at almost a decade, with Obama to make the changes that he's now declaring that he'll do. You can't trust that. I mean, as a normal person, as a person who's trying to vote in terms of who's going to be president for the next 4 years, hearing that statement from Trump and trying to be logical about your decision, you know what? I can't think that now he's going to make that sudden change. And given the fact that these new things, allegations coming up with Hunter, and the laptop and all these things, I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but if you haven't, just look it up. And there's so many bad things that are coming out right now about Hunter and Biden and everything going on in Ukraine and China and all the other international deals that apparently they've been going on under the Obama Biden administration that is coming out now. But all things aside, Trump did a great job. He won a lot of people over, in my opinion. And yeah, this is going to be interesting. I think a lot of the polls, as many of you might already know, are definitely not uh, a mirror to reality and what's actually going on. So, but we'll see. Come November 3rd and come election night, we'll see who won. And yeah, those are my thoughts. And I just can't emphasize how big of a deal and how much of an influence that Trump did for those people that are still having questions about voting for him or Biden. So, hope you guys are having a great day. And those are my thoughts on last night's debate.